Same cues. Different views. Different views. Cue drops and logical news. It's okay to have a different view. This is the place for questions and truth. You're gonna love our conservative views. Same cues, different views. Hex 7, he likes to follow Q. The latest drops he'll provide to you. 17, Parabellum, he likes to watch conservative news. Newsmax, he'll break down the facts and bring them straight to you. Big country, he's a wild card. Check the scanner, he cleans his weapons and tries big rigs in your yard. Anunnaki, hey, thank you. Like and subscribe, hey, different views. Thank you. Don't forget to follow. Different views, hey, different views. Hey. The show will now begin in 3, 2, 1. Join the revolt. Different views. Hey, 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 hey. Join the revolt.
All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 32, Same Cues, Different Views, started to say October, November 28th. Hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. I know I had a great Thanksgiving. Ate three times.
Cool, man.
I
Ate 3 times, slept 4.
Yeah.
Got manner pudding right here.
Finally got to watch the new season of Stranger Things.
Oh,
Right.
We finally
first 2 episodes. I'm trying to save them.
We
got
won't
up-
give you any spoilers in there, Parabellum.
we got up early this morning and went and took Tiff's car to the dealership to have some work done on it, and it was I think 7, and then we come back home, and that's what we done is sit on the couch and started watching the first 4 episodes of Stranger Things. I did fall asleep at one point there, but not because the show was boring, just because I eat, my belly got full, and my eyelids started getting heavy.
Went into a carb coma.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens.
But yeah, welcome. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. We're going to get into a little bit of news tonight. We kind of threw this show together on the fly. We wasn't sure if we were going to do one or not, given, the holiday weekend. So we've kind of just tossed a lot of this together last minute that's come out that's been kind of tickling our brain throughout the week. And we're just going to run through some of it. We've got Afghanistan withdrawal. We're going to get into a little bit of that happened. I think it was back in 2021. That's going to kind of relates a little bit with the DC shooting. And we're going to get into some DC shooting a little bit, talk about it. I'm going to play a video, The Republic, a video by AmericanPapaBear over on X, which I thought that was a really good, quick video. And then we're going to get into some General Flynn, his post, Get Ready. I'd made the post over. Huh?
General Flynn's lighting it up here recently. He's got post after post coming out.
I had made the post over on our Facebook account about General Flynn posting this Get Ready, and we'll get into it, but yeah, it's really good. And he was right, I think. Get ready. But pre-show there, Big Country, you were talking about something that just come out with emergency broadcast.
Yeah, I really didn't get to read much into it. It was actually on channel 10 WJAR. I'm not sure what state that's out of. Code red, emergency alert system down after cybersecurity incident.
I
said it was just a headline that popped up on my Google whenever I was jacking around here before the show. Not really sure what it's about. What I can tell you, it says, hold on just a second here. try to tell you a little bit about what it is anyway. I don't think it's the actual emergency alert system. This is it's looking more like it's some type of third party alert system that the cities use, but it is used for natural disasters and things of that nature.
That is kind of interesting. Given I was trying to find.
It says that it's a public alert and warning system run by the federal government that comes through on your phone without any account or sign up. While it's concerning that one of our vendors was hacked and we can't use it, we never lost the ability to be able to alert and warn the public if a disaster or an emergency were to happen, he said. This is coming from this guy's name.
Is that what you're talking about right there? Code Red Emergency Alert System used by many
Yeah, that's it.
There you go. So it's been shut down, suffering a data breach due to a ransomware attack in late 2025. This is pretty recent. This has temporarily prevented alerts from being sent and exposed personal data, which includes names, addresses, and passwords for millions of users. Additionally, the older, widely used emergency alert system on TV and radio has known vulnerabilities that could allow for hacking, though there are no reports of a recent widespread breach on the EAS at this point. So what happened? The ransomware attack shut down the Code Red system, widely used emergency notification server for local governments. The outages stopped the ability to send out alerts like you say in big country for emergencies like natural disasters. The data breach we went over. What's the response? Crisis 24, the company that runs Code Red, is working to restore service and rebuild the system, but the process is ongoing. So that is odd, man, that this is happening right now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like before you rob a bank, what's something you do? You know, you call in a bank rob to see what the response time.
Yeah, you take the joint.
Right? Is this possibly
wrong one?
You're right.
Just poking the bear a little bit.
Yeah, are you poking the bear, trying to see a quick response time, trying to figure out parameters for the EAS? I don't know. That's something that we've talked about here. I do believe, except when you're talking about the emergency broadcast system going to be attacked. So here you see this. I find it interesting, dude. What do you got?
Q34. Let me see if I can zoom that in there. My fellow Americans, over the course of the next several days, you will undoubtedly realize that we are taking back our great and we've done this on the show before. We've talked about this, but this is kind of what it reminded me of. We are taking back our great country, the land of the free, from the evil tyrants that wish to do us harm and destroy the last remaining refuge of shining light. On POTUS order, we have initiated certain fail-safes that shall safeguard the public from the primary fallout which is slated to occur. Look at that, 11.3. Upon the arrest announcement of Mr. Podesta, actionable 11.4. We talked about 11.3 there, and we were talking about
that goes back to the Cheney thing we were talking about.
The Cheney thing that we were talking about, yeah. And I said that because you had the accused talking about 11.3, being a marker. And we had that happen, and here we are. Now you got what we're getting ready to get into tonight, plus what you just brought up with that, the emergency alert. But anyway, actionable 11.4, confirmation to the public of what is to occur will then be revealed and will not be openly accepted. Public rights are being organized in serious numbers in efforts to prevent the arrest and capture of more senior public officials. On POTUS order, a state of temporary military control, and I'm going to get into some of this tonight too, I think, a state of temporary military control will be actioned and special ops carried out. False leaks have been made to retain several within the confines of the United States to prevent extradition. Special operator necessity. Rest assured, the safety and well-being of every man, woman, and child in this country is being exhausted to the fullest. However, and here we're coming up on it. However, the atmosphere within the country will unfortunately be divided. And I would say right now there's a lot of division going on, especially like with what they've been trying to do with the propaganda they've put out, and then the whole shit with Marjorie Taylor Greene going down, which we'll get into some of that also. But we'll be divided as so many have fallen for the corrupt and evil narrative that has long been broadcast. We will be initiating the emergency broadcast system during this time in an effort to provide a direct message. Like you were just saying there, with was it Parabellum saying it, that it's a direct message that just comes up on your phone.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's the code red system, right?
Yep. Avoiding fake news to all citizens. So I'm wondering, like, with that, when the shit finally does go down and hit the fan, are we going to get a big emergency alert on our phones that everybody's going to get, and everybody's going to have to listen to the crimes, or maybe see firsthand, possibly video of the crimes? I don't know how this is going to work, but there's a lot of speculation on it. But
From
is
what
that
I've seen, that's how it's supposed to go down.
But anyway,
there's a little more to that. So we was talking about you good Hex.
No, I was going to finish reading this drop, but go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, let's go back to it.
The drop. Yeah.
I got you.
So avoiding the fake news to all citizens. Organizations and or people that wish to do us harm during this time will be met with swift fury. Certain laws have been pre-lifted, and we've seen, looks like some of that shit's happening right there. Certain laws being pre-lifted to provide our great military, and this is key, to provide our great military with necessary authority to handle and conduct operations at home and abroad. We were just talking about that pre-show, stuff happening in other countries.
Well, we've definitely seen that right here on American soil too, with the National Guard being deployed.
Yep. So I mean, like we're seeing, we went over 34 and dropped 22 quite a bit on this show, and we're seeing them play out in real time as this is happening. It's my opinion anyway, because there's too much coincidence in it.
Yeah, well, I would go with
for
you.
it to be a coincidence.
I appreciate the big country bringing that up, talking about the code red system, because you've got the code red system, you've got the emergency alert system. So it does make sense to me, like the point we was making earlier, is that you don't just go rob the bank, you test out the quick response of the QRF or the police force, and you see how long it's going to take. That way, you get a timeline and you'll be able to be a little more successful. So to me, the code red system, the emergency alert system, that's a 1-2, they're hand in hand. So a little bit with that, we were talking about the code red. Check this out, guys, the emergency alert system. Here's a little bit of some fun information. So what happened? This happened with the emergency alert system back in 2022. The FCC and FEMA warned that vulnerabilities in some of the EAS encoder and decoder devices could be exploited by hackers. I know that they made a bunch of changes, and they say that they should be airtight. But what was the impact? A successful hack could allow attackers to broadcast fake emergency alerts over TV and radio networks. What kind of chaos do you think that's?
See, that's dangerous as shit right there, man.
It's dangerous, man. I mean, people, oh gosh, we got avian bird flu or freaking, black plague coming from a tater, and they buy out all the, the toilet paper. People go crazy, and then the whole economy, everything's destroyed. I know it gets nuts. So a little bit more, I want to get into this. The response: authorities urge broadcasters to update their software and change their default passwords on their devices to prevent that unauthorized access. But here's the deal. Here's the big thing I want you to see right here. Current status. Look at this. This is with the emergency alert system, not the code red system. Reuters reported
EAS, man, that's the big one right there. This code red looks like it's more of a privatized system. EAS.
Absolutely. The EAS, I think,
that's
is
the Mac Daddy right there.
Hand in hand with the Q drops, right?
Yeah. Well, I think back then, let me pull that drop back up here real quick. I don't mean on the actual screen. The drop says emergency broadcast system, EMS, but it got changed, if I'm not mistaken, to emergency alert system. So
yeah, they switched it, man. And that in itself is pretty elusive. I would just say, like, if a dirty business wanted to move somewhere, what's the first thing they do? They change their name, right?
Well, no.
I don't mean them as dirty. I'm saying to maybe possibly hide facts,
Basically, the drop is saying that, we're white hats, the good guys, are going to control the emergency broadcast system.
Oh, okay.
And put the truth out there at some point, possibly.
Oh, okay. So they're going to. Okay, I got you. Okay, I've got a little back.
Or give people instructions on, what to do and not to panic.
Well, here's another thing that I see. So, like, on the other side, from what I'm saying, is that you see a possible hijacking attack on the code red system. And does that entail a possible attack or a hijack on the emergency alert system, which would be catastrophic for the United States? But the current status of that, if you look at Reuters reported in November 2025, the hackers used improperly secured emergency alert system equipment. They got a hold of the equipment to broadcast fake alerts over radio. Through this appears to be a case of isolated incidents rather than a widespread system failure. So I found that to be pretty interesting too, just to kind of go full perspective, you know.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I was getting at too there, Parabellum, and it goes back to what Hex said too, that the Patriots are pretty much going to be in control of the emergency alert system. But in the case that it does get hijacked or get corrupt information on there, people that would otherwise be an asset in a bad situation are going to be going out there half-cocked and misinformed.
Absolutely. And you've seen what that did with CNN and all the social media and everything that's out there when they put a whole bunch of half-truths and whole lies out there. You get what we call the liberal party.
And I'm sure that Hex remembers this too, but I wonder if this isn't a swing and a miss by the Team Soros.
No, that's a good possibility.
Back when he was buying up all those radio stations.
Yep. Yeah, I remember when he was buying all those radio stations up.
Ooh, that's cool. That's something we might have to dig into.
Adding to the propaganda arm.
Yeah.
I feel like we need a soundboard effect. It goes dun 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 dun. You know?
Yeah, need that dramatic chipmunk video.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking that. That's what we need is that dramatic chipmunk video.
Yeah.
What do you say we jump into? That was pretty good right there. That you brought up, Big Country. That was a really good discussion.
Hey, dude, it hit me like seconds before the show came on. It popped up, and I'm like, "What the hell?"
I'm going to get into some of this right here. The Afghanistan withdrawal back in what was that? 2021 Parabellum.
Yeah, I think it's 2021. Let me double check here for you though.
But anyway, we had this withdrawal from Afghanistan, and I'd posted this over on Facebook, and I'd said because CBS News that morning, a couple mornings ago, was talking about it and playing this clip of the airplane taxiing down the runway with all these Afghans like running around them, running around the airplane, hanging on to it, climbing on it as it was taxiing down the runway. And I made this, and maybe, somebody kind of busted my chops on it a little bit, and they made the comment, what was it? You need to get a job and give your phone to a hungry black woman. And I'm like, what?
Oh, wow.
I replied with a little video clip to him so he could see what I'm talking about. And I was in no way, I don't know, maybe I'd posted it wrong, worded it wrong or something. Maybe he thought, because he was a veteran, and maybe he thought I was kind of going against the military, but I was in no way intending any disrespect toward the military at all.
I think you're just more focused on look at this horrible photo that was created and CNN.
Well, it's not just a photo. It's there's a clip, and I'll play it here in just a minute. But my thing on it, I probably should have worded better. Is gave a description of why I think it's fake. So that's what I'm going to get into tonight, based off of stuff that I've seen with this. So top photo is the plane that was from the Afghan withdrawal that we had, that the news was playing all over the place. And like I said, you can see all those people running around the plane. Well, if you look really closely at that plane, those windows look like they're painted on. And it has no engine in it. Bottom photo, I found one about the same angle of video, and I clipped this image from the video, and you can see the windows look like windows, and there's an engine in there.
You can see right into the cockpit there.
Yeah, like I was watching this video, and you could see the driver or the pilot of this plane, not driver, but
that looks like the Looney Tunes got a hold of that one on the top, dude.
So, now some people may,
bro, he's getting the Roadrunner.
Some people
like one of them. Acme holes that the coyote used to put in roads.
Some people may think this is far-fetched to say that plane is fake, but really, people, it's not that far-fetched, because if you go back in World War II and look what Allied forces done, we made inflatable tanks, made fake inflatable planes and fake runways, fake troop transports and stuff, and made it look like we had an attack coming from a certain position that we really wasn't attacking for. And the German forces sent their military to that position, which opened up a door for us to swing in and attack. So, this is nothing new to you, stage stuff like this. It's not that far fetched, but let's get into this clip here, and let me find it here. Here it is, C-17, and we will take a peek at this clip, and you guys, just be the judge. So you can see there the difference that I'm talking about with the windows and the people running. And I got a question for you, Parabellum, here in just a moment.
Okay.
And I think you're going to know what I'm going to get at here just in a second. You guys want to give them a look over and read them. I've actually got a slide with those. I'll pull up and I'll let Parabellum go through them.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
But let's look at that again, that clip. All them people running around that plane with those massive jet engines on it.
Uh-oh.
The please vote isn't mine. It's the guy who done the video that I credited up there at the top. But see, those people are at that beach where those jets take off and they're holding onto the fence. It's like a thrill for them. And you can see the jet going there. So you've seen how their clothes were all just kind of fluttering and they're holding onto the fence.
Sure did.
All right, so
Yeah. Covered that red one up.
Yeah.
well, I do try to pick good clips. But I thought that was a good example because those people holding on to that fence while that jet was taking off, and then you've got all these people walking around this plane as it's taxiing down the runway to take off, and nothing's happening to them. You don't see their clothes flying around. Again, the windows look like they're painted on. It has no engine in it. I think this was a stage photo because let's pull this up, Parabellum there. Or actually, I'll read the bottom and you can read the top half, but the bottom, no, it is not safe to stand next to a taxiing C-17 plane due to the extreme danger from the jet blast of the engines and noise. Jet blast is a powerful and dangerous hazard that can be deadly. And if you want to give that top a read there, Parabellum, why it is dangerous to stand around a C-17. I'm sure you've probably seen C-17s in your service.
I have on a multitude of infills and exfills into Afghanistan. I've been around the C-17, Blackhawks, Chinooks, and all that good stuff. So here we go. Extreme jet blast. A C-17 can create a powerful jet blast that extends a significant distance behind the aircraft. Extreme noise. Yep, absolutely. The noise from a C-17 is deafening and can cause hearing damage. Powerful suction. The engines, turbine engines, can also create a powerful suction that can pull people and objects towards the aircraft. Definitely seen those videos. We tried to stray away from the front of the turbine engine. That was common sense. Ground personal safety. The C-17 engines are powerful enough to potentially pull people into the engine or cause them to fall and be hit by debris. You see this with Boeing 747s. You can also see the C-17s, anything turbine engine related. They are powerful. I will agree with you.
So again, tell me this is a real video. Tell me, make me believe that the video we're seeing here that we just watched in that clip of that thing taxiing down the runway and all these Afghan refugees running around it and behind it and climbing on it and in front of the engines, that plane is real, that it's actually taken off and they're afraid they're going to be left behind because they want to get out of there.
Oh yeah, no way. There's no way that I believe that top part is true.
That is totally staged. So that's what I was getting at in my post. I was not in any way shooting any disrespect toward the military. I support the military 100%, and I support President Trump 100%. But this was a staged video. But that's all I've got on that. Unless you guys have anything you want to talk about around it.
I'm wondering my question is, okay, so you say a staged video, but what is your full belief on the Afghanistan withdrawal? Do we go a little further?
Oh yeah.
Believe that it actually happened, like people that died and they hung on the planes and there was bodies caught in the wheel well.
No. There was nobody reported dead during this. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh.
They were just hanging onto the plane as the plane was getting ready to take off because they wanted to get out of the country too. That I know of, there was none of them were injured or reported dead, which to me is total bullshit because you're standing next to a jet turbine engine, which can suck you in the front and shoot you out as tomato sauce in the back.
Right, absolutely. As far as I know, now maybe we're off on a different page, but it's the same views, different views. As far as I know, there was at least 2 falling deaths of people hanging onto that plane, an 18 and a 24-year-old.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah, you're right. There was. I do remember saying there were falling deaths.
Explanation, yeah, 2 falling deaths.
They were reported. Were reported,
and
but
they never really happened. They never really could confirm. But when this same plane from the Afghanistan withdrawal landed in Qatar, they found human remains inside the landing crack of the wheel well.
That was reported too. So I mean, I don't know.
So
usually they,
you know what I mean?
Usually they say sources say.
I'm trying to pull up another,
but they don't tell you who the sources are.
I'm hoping.
But yeah, I do believe there were definitely people from Afghanistan during 2021 that came into this country, and this is going to lead us into our next story. Unless you got something else real quick.
I'm trying to get this video. Hopefully it loads up here soon.
Okay.
I've got it in the circle on the queue, but it's just a quick little video that shows you the effect of a turbine engine. Kind of goes with your point. I'm hoping that it plays.
Heck yeah. Do it. Let's see what a turbine engine does.
Give me 1 second.
This is going to be bad.
Oh, yeah, definitely. This is for your friends at Jackass, by the way. But they're dumb enough to do it, so who better to play?
Yeah. Y'all remember those salad shooter commercials?
Yeah.
Oh, man, is it going to load?
It's like a big old wood chipper.
Oh, dude.
I'm trying to get it to load up. For some reason, it's pausing on me. But yeah, as far as what I see, as far as I know, at least 7 people died, total during the initial chaos of that desperate crowds rushing the tarmac. Multiple individuals, we know it's 2, and then maybe 1 that was found in the wheel well. Here we go. All right, the video finally loaded. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem.
Hope that doesn't go too much against what it is you're saying, but here is the effects of those turbine engines that we're talking about. You guys ever seen this?
Oh, yeah.
Not to make light of what happened in the after, with the Afghanistan withdrawal, but for the
like the old commercial.
What was those PDK or
Maxville?
Yeah.
That's just a single jet, dude.
That's Mr. Ryan Dunn right there.
So as for people standing next to those, definitely in the front and not suffering any kind of draft, I can go with you on that. Or behind it, whatever it's happening.
I felt like somebody was blowing a fireball in my face. That
Well,
looked like you were just getting the hell beat out of you. Fucking blue. You can't fucking breathe.
Here we go. Yeah, get yourself. So there you go, dude.
So yeah, again, tell me those people were running around that plane as it was taxiing down the runway.
No.
No way in hell I'd be out of there. I know better.
That plane was fake, and I'm guessing somehow they had it rigged up to be towed. That's just my opinion. But I mean, you guys take it however you want to take it. Me personally, I don't believe it. I think it's a crock of shit. That whole entire clip that the news come out with and showed.
Yeah, as far as that clip from CNN, I can get with you on that. If they aired that, that's a total hunk of garbage.
I think it was ABC News that had aired that. It may have been a couple of CNN may have aired it too. There may have been a couple. I know, like I said, CBS had it the other morning when I got up and they were talking about.
Doing it again though, like here recently.
It's a good possibility. I mean, they're getting caught up daily in lies and shit that they put out. But that leads us into our next clip, or next segment here, and this is going to the DC shooting. America First Legal had posted this over on X and said the Biden-Harris admin claims that they were importing Afghans as refugees who helped the U.S. government, when in reality, officials admit they knew. The newly obtained documents from litigations that they did not know their identities. Some have allegedly committed heinous crimes.
Oh wow!
And then I've got the document that they're referring to in that. You can give it a read there if you want, Parabellum.
Do you recognize any of these people? They are not currently employed by our office. Dear Mr. Beasley, I'm writing on behalf of the Refugee Affairs Office to request your assistance with identifying locally engaged staff who qualify as referrals to U.S. Refugee Administration's program. Please note, LE staff in this respect is referring only to Afghans who work in Afghanistan. Monday afternoon, Secretary Blinken announced a new program known as the P2 program. Afghan P2 program complements the SIV or the SIV program and denotes groups of special concern by virtue of their circumstances and apparent need for refugee resettlement. LE staff who are eligible for the SIV program should not be referred to the U.S. route. The Afghan P2 designation permits the embassy to refer LE staff, in parentheses, here we go, and family members, spouse, and children of any age, whether they're married or unmarried. For P2 U.S. RAP access, if these Afghans do not meet the minimum time in service for a CIV, 2 years, but who work or /work at any time as LE staff for the U.S. government in Afghanistan.
So, what did we find out about the DC shooter?
Oh, it's Afghanistan.
Yeah. And what else did we find out about the DC shooter? I seemed like I had seen that he also had worked with the U.S. government, the CIA, I think maybe, and
yeah.
So
absolutely. Well, here's something I can tell you as far as my personal perspective as a deployment in Iraq under an infantry unit. I can tell you that we worked hand in hand and very close in the cooperation segment of the Iraqi and Afghan military with interpreters. And you know something there are good interpreters. There are some good interpreter Afghans that actually seem to be pretty good. But let me elaborate on this a little bit more. There are some bad ones. But here's the most important part that I want to say. Whether they're good or bad, when you're an interpreter, and because their religion and their culture is so embedded into the identities of who they are, whether you go to the United States or if you're contacted by, Taliban in Iraq, they are always reachable and they are always easy to turn because the Taliban does not hold back. They will go after your children, your family, your mother. And so the point that I'm really getting at is, there was this whole thing, we need to help our interpreters, if you remember, with the Afghanistan, with the Iraq war, that, there came a point when it said, hey, we need to bring the interpreters over here and everybody that did good for us, and we need to do the correct thing and the politically correct thing and allow them entry into the United States. But one of the points that I was kind of wanting to make is that common sense says, coming from a country like that, you're never unreachable by the Taliban. It doesn't matter if you put into 2 or 3 years of good life. It is culture, it is religion, and I feel that it's embedded in their identities that they will always be susceptible to Taliban and everything that it is.
Well, I had seen here recently too, I think it was earlier today, I had seen that a lot of these refugees were going back over to Afghanistan and then coming back compromised by the Taliban.
They're always able to be compromised. That's the thing, and I think President Trump and his administration understands this.
And again, you asked
this while we were over there, but you, in my honest opinion, and humble, you cannot be as ignorant to think that they cannot be reached when their culture, religion, and identity is so easily accessible by the Taliban. Okay, Western civilization is not compatible. That's kind of where I stand.
But you'd asked me if do I believe that they actually brought Afghan refugees over here because of that plane video? Yes.
Yes.
That was just, to me, that one video was staged, but yeah, they absolutely brought them over here during the Biden administration, and it's coming out. Well, it's actually came out prior, but yeah, it's fact. They're over here, and that's what led to.
Let's go to where you're going.
Oh, it led into what happened in D.C. here with the two National Guard victims that were shot, and what turns out, she didn't make it. So again, I want to clear something up. I'd made a post about this too on Facebook, and I went back and corrected myself because I had seen two articles scroll through my Facebook feed that said that they had both died. And I was like, that's kind of mind blowing that it even took place, but that they died was tragic. And I'd, asked for prayers, pray for the families of these victims of this shooting. But at that time they hadn't died. It was just two fake articles, and I fell for it. And, that was on me, but I went back and owned up to my mistake and corrected it that they didn't die. But now it turns out that she has passed away due to the injuries that she sustained. Got a little quick news article on it there. If you want to check that out real quick while I get some slides going here. And
sorry about that. I was going to say the suspect in that DC shooting was identified as Ramanullah Lockenwall, a 29-year-old Afghan national who lived in Washington State prior to the attack. But I'll go ahead and read. One of the two members of the National Guard who were shot in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday has died. That was Sarah Beckstrom. Prayers to her and her family. Condolences. U.S. President Donald Trump said. Sarah Beckstrom, 20, died from her injuries, like the second National Guard member, 24-year-old Andrew Wolf. He is currently in critical condition at a separate hospital fighting for his life, Trump said on Thursday.
Okay. Sorry, I'm getting some slides loaded up here. But yeah, that's prayers for her family. God be with them.
Absolutely. That's a tragic, horrific incident. So what was some of the fallout that kind of came out of this that you've seen? As far as a lot of the immigration policies have definitely been ramped up in the Republican Party here recently.
Yeah, Trump, did he just put out something about that too on Truth?
I believe he did.
I thought you had it pulled up there.
I don't know if I've got. Let's see if I can do this. So it's a very happy Thanksgiving. This is from President Donald Trump on Truth. This may be a little bit different, but you're looking at immigration policy. I think it's direct fallout of what has happened here. There's more that maybe we can pull up, but to all our great American citizens and patriots who've been so nice in allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, carved up, murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at, along with certain other foolish countries throughout the world for being politically correct and just plain stupid when it comes to immigration. The official United States foreign population stands at 53 million people, according to the census, which we know that's not always correct, most of which are on welfare from failed nations or from prisons, mental institutions, gangs, or drug cartels. They and their children are supported through massive payments from patriotic American citizens who, because of their beautiful hearts, do not want to openly complain or cause trouble in any way, shape, or form. They put up with what was happening to our country, but it's eating them alive to do so. A migrant, this is interesting, a migrant earning $30,000 with a green card will get roughly $50,000 a year in benefits for their family. Did you guys know that? Blew my mind how much.
Yeah.
And the American people all the while getting overlooked. So this goes on, and it gets, President Trump really, he really let everybody have it. So the gloves were off after this incident. And, I'm glad to see him come in and just get relentless with a lot of his comments. It gets into Minnesota, and he says the seriously retarded governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, does nothing, either fear, incompetence, or both, while the worst congressman or woman in our country, her name's Ilhan Omar, always wrapped in her swaddling hijab, and who probably came into the USA illegally, and that you are not allowed to marry your brother, does nothing but hatefully complain about our country, its constitution, and how badly she is treated when her place of origin is a decadent, backward, and crime-ridden nation, which is essentially not even a country for lack of government, military, police, schools, etc. So really throwing it out to Tim Walz and Ilhan Omar, some of the biggest Democratic immigration liberal fighters that are out there. But it gets a little bit more. This is one of the big announcements within this. President Trump came out and he said, I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the U.S. system to fully recover, terminate all of the millions of Biden illegal admissions, including those signed by Sleepy Joe Biden's auto pen. Basically, it came down to, here's going to be a word that you're going to hear a whole lot. It's called reverse migration. And only reverse migration, according to President Donald Trump, can fully cure this situation. So basically, get them out. Reverse migration. Time to go. If you guys remember, man, Trinidad Aragua taking over Colorado. Now you got the Somali.
Yeah, they held that place up.
Islam taking over Dearborn, Michigan. The melting pot was a beautiful idea and it was great, but I think there are a lot of cultures that are absolutely not compatible with Western civilization that are taking advantage of the kindness of the United States of America. And that's what you're seeing right now. So I'm glad to see that accountability come out of President Trump, man. What about you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting more and more accountability as it comes, but it's one of them things. Like we keep saying, it's going to take time. The system's got to be cleaned out. But
well, you heard part of that as far as the immigration stuff went was that Biden, who President Trump blames for the majority of these immigrants that came into our country, we all know multiple immigrants coming in the country under his administration, non-vetted. He also put this out. Did you guys see this? Do you want to jump into that yet? Biden's auto pen terminated.
I've got that coming up, but
okay.
Had one more thing a couple more things before we get to that.
Oh, that's okay. It goes hand in hand with this. But
we were talking about we talk about it on the show. It's going to take time to clean the system out, but you are absolutely living in one of the biggest moments in history ever. AmericanPapaBear over on X the other day and loved it. So I'm going to give this a play and you guys check this out. This is great, I thought.
What's up, America? Hey, listen up for a second. You're living in one of the most important moments in human history, and most people don't even realize it. Everything you've watched these last few years, all the craziness, all the corruption, all the exposure, that wasn't by accident. It wasn't by coincidence. That was the system showing you its cracks so you'd finally see the truth underneath it. Because what's coming isn't collapse, it's correction. For too long, corporations stepped in between the people and their own authority. Agencies act like they were government, when really, they were just businesses with fancy titles. And they got comfortable, real comfortable. So comfortable they forgot there were limits. Limits written in the Constitution. Limits written in law. Limits written in the natural order. And that's why everything's shaking right now. Because the people are remembering who the hell they are. A republic isn't something you beg for. A republic is something you stand up and embody. That's the shift. That's the moment. That's what this has all been setting up for you, for me, for us, to step back into our role, not as spectators, but as the actual damn republic. Personal governance, community governance, human beings making decisions again, not corporations hiding behind paperwork. You're seeing agencies crumble? Good. You're seeing corruption fall apart? Good. You're seeing exposure everywhere? Good. It means the foundation is being cleared for something real to return. The republic doesn't come from Washington. The republic comes from the people standing up and saying, we remember who we are. This time in history, right now, this is where every voice matters, every action matters, Every choice matters because the system only had the power you forgot you gave it. And now people are remembering.
Absolutely.
Slowly, surely, collectively. This is the time where you don't want to wait for permission. You walk like you already are the authority, because you are. Not unlawfully, not recklessly, but with clarity, with responsibility, with presence, with the calm confidence that says, I was born for this moment. Everything you've been seeing, it's not the end. It's the setup for people to rise, the setup for the republic to return, the setup for communities to govern themselves again without interference, without third parties, without fraud disguised as authority. This is our chapter, our correction, our rise. Be present, be accountable, be unshakable, and most of all, be who you were designed to be in this lifetime. Semper Fidelis. I love y'all.
So,
Absolutely.
wait a minute, let me close that. But yeah, everything he said there, I've got one more I want to get into that kind of deals with that too. But everything he said there is what we've been pretty much like what we've been getting at on the show. And you are living in a moment in history. This is not just with the United States. This is global. Trump said the swamp runs deep, and he was not shitting when he said the swamp runs deep. It's global, and you're watching it all take place. This will be there'll be history books later on in schools that teach what took place during this America's second revolution. But I've got one more video.
That's exactly what it should be called, America's second.
Before you play that, Hex, a point that I wanted to make on it too, and I know I'm guilty of it too. Everybody in a hurry to see this accountability phase.
Yeah.
If you look what happened here just recently with James Comey and Letitia James,
Yes.
if you do not get your house in order before you try to go through with this, that is exactly what's going to happen.
Absolutely. Another rogue federal judge dismissing the Comey and Letitia, but it looks like Pam Bondi and the FBI DOJ have quickly appealed and moved forward for another indictment.
Oh, they'll appeal it, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
That's just an example, though, of what can happen
It is.
if you don't get these corrupt judges out of the way.
yep. A clean house is important.
Yep.
The swamp has to be drained. The system. I liked Burchett's take on the swamp. I think, did we play that last week?
We did.
Yeah, he's like,
Quick question for you too, Hex, and I don't know if you recognized it in the voice of the video that you just now played, but was that Tim Burchett narrating that?
no.
That sounded like him, dude. I was waiting for a dadgum at the end.
It did kind of sound like him, but no, that wasn't Tim Burchett. And that's a clip, an audio clip we need to get on the show for sound effects. Is dadgummit.
I've been
Tim
looking
Burchett.
I have to do it the hard way.
But yeah, guys, the system has to be cleaned out. And this next video is going to try to explain what the system is. And this lady does a phenomenal job on it. I loved it. I'd shared it on Facebook, but take a look at this. This is what this is the system that's been in place for years, and just check it out what they do.
Gain control of the most intelligent, powerful species on the planet would be to completely divide them from the love within themselves. As soon as they are old enough to begin creating an understanding of who they are, force them into a system that teaches them that it is wrong to be yourself if yourself is different from what is accepted as normal. Confuse them about their own biological makeup so that they think that permanently altering their body is the answer to happiness. Require their daily attendance at an institution that makes them focus only on the information that is provided. Make them attend that institution from age 5 until an adult and repeatedly test them on the information so that it becomes their truth. Give them an explanation to everything so that they never have a chance to make their own assumptions of the world. Scold them and humiliate them if they suggest an opinion that opposes that of their authorities. Keep reminding them of how cruel their ancestors were to each other in the past and broadcast how cruel they are to each other in the present. Only show them tragedies on the news so that they live in fear and think the worst of one another. Convince them that their species used to be that of an incognizant wild animal. Make them think that their very existence is so incredibly random that they lack purpose and struggle to make sense of a creator. Tell them that their kind is as smart as they've ever been so that they don't question the integrity of the system that they're in. Provide them idols with artificial beauty and use them as examples of what it is to look perfect so that they are never content with their own appearance and can't help but to compare themselves amongst each other. Create addictive digital platforms that rank them by numbers so that they base their self-worth off of the amount of followers that they have and are never satisfied. Build a society around them in which those who have money benefit and those who don't fail. Make money their main focus, but make it so difficult to accumulate that they remain in a place of constant struggle, forced to dedicate the majority of their time to the system that made it this way. Tax them in every way possible, but tell them that it's for their own benefit so that they don't think twice about paying it. Take so much of their time and energy throughout the week, but give them 2 days to themselves so that they feel a sense of reward and don't fight back. Promote the consumption of poison in every social setting so that even on those 2 days, they remain disconnected from themselves and each other. Pump their food with excess sugars and addictive chemicals, but make it cheap, advertised, and easily accessible so that they never stop consuming. When their food makes them ill, prescribe them medication that only masks the symptoms so that they become dependent on it every day. Charge them so much money for healthcare so that they stay in a constant loop of consuming, medicating, and working. Cause chaos amongst them and blame it on a group of their own so that they form judgmental stereotypes. Turn them against each other in so many ways so that even if they were to connect on one, they would still be divided by another.
Damn, dude, that sounds like something out of the Jesuit
Democratic
Order's mission
playbook.
statement.
Yeah, that sounds like the exact Democratic playbook that I've been seeing over the past years. That's exactly what they've been trying to do, man. Looks like X7.
Yeah, I was muted. Sorry.
Oh, there you go.
Camera crapped out for a second here. I got to tweak with it, but yeah, that's exactly what we've been going through. That's the system. Is it's made to divide you, made to make you weak, made to make you not think for yourself. You don't search for truth. And how many times have I said, quoted that Roman poet, give them bread and circus and they will never revolt.
Absolutely.
I just kind of wanted to get into that a little bit before we jump into, I think.
Well, hold on. I've got one video a little bit into the immigration. It was as the video about Trump calling out and lashing out on that reporter about Biden immigration policies. And did you see that?
Yeah, I'd watched it. I didn't get to see all of it. I was busy trying to put, like I said, I put this together in 30 minutes.
Oh, that's okay, man. So that goes with the immigration policies that we were talking about right there, right before this, and hand in hand, this kind of goes into President Trump coming out and saying that he's shutting down all immigration into the United States from third world countries. It's over. You're not coming in until we get, totally cured with reverse migration. But check out President Trump in a badass moment.
All right.
Calling out a reporter.
I'm going to
because they let him in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came in on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here. And you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. And there's a law passed that it's almost impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in and they were unvetted. They were unchecked. There were many of them. And they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And if you look, you'll see there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in, not to certify them, so to speak, once they come in. And they came in, and they shouldn't have come in. And frankly, the whole thing was a mess. The whole Afghanistan situation was a mess. It should have never taken place. If we're going to go out, and we would have gone out because I had everybody ready to go. We were going to go out with strength and dignity and precision, and we would have left from Bagram, and we would have kept Bagram, by the way, because of its very close relationship to China and where they make their missiles. But when you let the people come in by the thousands and thousands and thousands, they made a terrible mistake. But they were incompetent, yeah.
There you go, man. Trump reacting on the reporter over the weekend. Thanksgiving. Are you a stupid person? Realize that we allowed all that immigration to happen? And it wasn't
Piggy.
That's what I was getting ready to say. The other good one was Quiet Piggy.
Quiet Piggy. Yeah, remind me of the Muppet Show. I loved it, man. It definitely tells his age, but it was great. But yeah, for him to do that, man. And when it comes to immigration, a lot of people get caught on one or maybe two of the areas of where immigration actually came into America. And it wasn't just illegal immigrants from Mexico, You had Cubans, you had Haitians, they're coming from Somalia. They're coming from everywhere. And it absolutely disrupts the American way of life in Western civilization when you allow that. So you see President Trump's administration trying to work with accountability and do as much as they can to null and void a multitude of Biden administration executive orders, that came out and trying to fix what it is that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris absolutely screwed up when they allowed open borders.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you wanted to get into that. Oh, you got another video?
Oh, no, I didn't know if you were done with that one.
Oh, I got to. So he's talking about the Haitian illegals. These are Haitian illegals. So in that last video, you seen him flip up a photo in that video. And this is a blowed up picture of the actual photo that President Trump was holding. This is a picture of a multitude of Haitian illegals being flown in under the Biden administration. This is straight off the hand of President Trump, Commander in Chief. This is the intel and the information that he's getting. And then you have that reporter basically coming in with a ridiculous question.
We were going to jump into some Marjorie Taylor Greene next.
You had Marjorie Taylor Greene. Do you want to wait on the auto pin?
Yep, a little bit before I get to that.
Let's go to MTG.
All right, let me share my screen here real quick, and bam, and add the stage. I don't know. Do you guys watch this dude with the sunglasses on?
Oh yeah, I've seen him every now and again. Yeah.
Yeah, he puts out some pretty good stuff. I've not watched this one yet, but I kind of want to hear what his take is here. Let me Biggie size that, and we'll check this out.
Stacey Plaskett is the one who was caught in a congressional hearing texting Jeffrey Epstein, but it gets way worse than that. She is the representative from the Virgin Islands. She doesn't even get a vote because the Virgin Islands aren't a state. She's Jeffrey Epstein's representative because he had a house in the Virgin Islands. Jeffrey Epstein gave Stacey Plaskett a bunch of fucking money. So she is sitting in a fucking congressional hearing, getting info from Jeffrey Epstein about Donald Trump, just trying to fucking get some bullshit going, right? So they catch her in this, and everybody's like, she needs to be censured, because this is even more wild, right? She's not from a state. As a congresswoman, she does not get a vote because she does not represent a state, but yet somehow she's holding all kinds of high-level intel congressional hearing positions. So the censure would have stripped her of all these committee spots that she holds in these high up intel. If you think that she's getting info from Jeffrey Epstein and she ain't getting it, like, oh, no fucking way, right? So they hold this censure vote. This would have stripped her of all the committee hearings. The Republicans cut a deal with the Democrats and squabbled the vote. Didn't fucking pass it. Did not censure this bitch. They are protecting pedos. That's the uniparty. These spineless rhino fucks. Mike Johnson, you piece of shit. And this is what I was talking about when I said, yeah, they'll release this shit and they'll fucking throw it in our face. They think they can just fucking give us the finger and tell us to go fuck ourselves.
I disagree.
Blackmailed by a bunch of pedos. They're a bunch of pedos. We're paying fucking taxes to a fucking corrupt pedo cult, people. Every one of them needs to be primaried. We need to organize state by state, and every incumbent needs to be primary. Donald Trump saying primary Thomas Massey, no. Primary Lindsey Graham, primary all these motherfuckers. We have to find a way to organize state by state. And then we go to the no one votes in the primary elections. It has like 16% turnout. This is our fault as the Americans. We've allowed this to happen. We can't do this anymore. Primary elections need to be our main focus, and we have to remove every single one of these Israel first fucking lion ass snake motherfuckers that they put pedos ahead of the American people, and that's why we're fucking pissed. Fuck these motherfuckers. We need to send a message. I don't know how we organize by state, really, and it's going to take more than just me, but primary elections, people, primary elections. We have to primary every single one of these fucking corrupt motherfuckers, and that's how it works. That's what we're missing here. That's how APEC has gotten rid of all these anti-APEC Congress people. They fucking primary them. We need to play their game. We don't need money to do this. We can do this together just by simply voting. Voting does work if we would all get out and do it. Yeah, but more than fucking like 10% have to show up to the polls to primary these motherfuckers. We can do this shit. Fuck these goddamn corrupt pedo motherfuckers. Primary election.
All right, I thought that was that wasn't what I thought it was.
Oops.
But anyway, I was.
Oh, that got wild.
That did. He had a good Marjorie Taylor Greene video I had seen earlier. And again, like I don't agree with him on the whole entire Mike Johnson thing, but I do agree with him that we need to get out and vote in these primaries to get rid of some of this corrupt shit that's in office.
Right. Well, you look at Plaskett, and I can tell you, she received confirmed from Jeffrey Epstein $8,000 of her $30,000 in her entire campaign. That came from Jeffrey Epstein. But if you look, one of the big things for Jeffrey Epstein was, let me see if I can add this.
I've got this. I've got another Marjorie Taylor Greene video here, though. If you want to.
Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. I just want to show you. Jeffrey Epstein, who did he donate to? And we all know that he most largely donated to the Democratic Party, right? So Jeff Bingham, Democrat in New Mexico, Bill Bradley, New Jersey. There were a couple. George H.W. Bush, I'll be damned, he's in there as a Republican. Bill Clinton, Democrat. Alfonso D'Amato, Chris Dodd, Democrat. Bob Dole, John Glenn, John Kerry, Democrat.
Bob Dole, wasn't he the one that referred to himself in third person?
He absolutely did. Yeah, he was a man. Dole. Tom McMillan, Democrat. Patrick Moynihan, Democrat. And he had Packwood. So anybody that Epstein probably donated to, I would definitely say he's a rhino. But then Mark Pryor, another Democrat, and Timothy Worth, another Democrat. And that's just right out of the gate, dude. So he definitely did donate to a majority of Democrats as far as Jeffrey Epstein goes on that perspective. But back to MTG. There was some definite fallout with the GOP, the Republican Party, man, between MTG, President Donald Trump. So what do you got, Hicks?
I've not watched this one yet either. Like I said, I've not tried to watch too much of the MGT stuff because I've got my. Well, I'm going to say it's kind of like a Trump Elon thing is what I've been kind of looking at it as because well, Big Country, go ahead and give your spiel on MGT.
Oh, it's just like I was telling you earlier, Hex, in a phone conversation me and you had. I know MTG was she was responsible in a big way for the MAGA movement, man, and to see somebody like that kind of going back into the shadows and a big time MAGA supporter, you really hope that she's not going to take that base with her, as far as Trump supporters.
Yeah, she was a big part of the MAGA movement back when they were trying to get Trump elected.
She was.
So basically, what I'm getting at is she's the airplane in the Afghanistan video we watched. There is what I'm seeing. That you can't tell me that this woman who was like pushing this whole entire MAGA movement has all of a sudden switched. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me other than it's optics part of the show. That's the only thing I can think of. But
are you thinking that this is a Trump Elon spat?
Mm-hmm. Yep, just like Trump and Elon.
Could be.
That's how I see it. Because somebody that big, like you said, that was pushing the MAGA movement and a big supporter and helped push it as much as she did, just all of a sudden turns around and does what she's doing now and tries to go against.
Right.
Go against the grain. She's resigned. And then there was a lot of things. So she went on The View here recently. There's like a 10 or 15 minute clip on that.
Yeah, I'd seen that she'd went on there. I'd not watched it, but yeah, I'd seen she'd went on there.
Well, she went on. She was absolutely criticizing the GOP, but she was saying things like, that she was kind of spilling some beans, I think, in a sense, of saying they don't have a plan for healthcare. We're talking about the repeal of Obamacare, and she's saying they don't have a plan. They don't know what they're going to do. That was one of the things that she was saying.
So
let's release of the Epstein files. She was for it, right?
Okay. Back to the Epstein files and back to Elon and Trump's big spat they had. Elon posted on X that, Trump's in the Epstein files and blah, 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 blah. And, what happened? What did we see right after that? The Democrats got on board with getting these Epstein files out and pushing. And now we see Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trump having a spat. Is this another optics thing to bring something else out? that Trump's luring them into his Trump quicksand to, trap them in their own game?
Right.
Is this part of the plan that was concocted? I don't know. I mean, that's just how I'm looking at it. I'm trying to keep an open mind with it. So I'm not really going to go totally against Marjorie Taylor Greene at this moment. I think it's part of optics. I think it's something that has to happen. But
here's a few things. So it's Marjorie Taylor Greene. This was all the instances in which she voted against the Republican Party, and I might say that's aligned with President Donald Trump. Majority of this stuff. So I'm going to roll with you on that. Ousting Speaker Mike Johnson. She filed a motion to vacate the Speaker's chair after she passed a $1.2 trillion spending package with Democratic support. She forced a vote on the motion, which was overwhelmingly defeated, with both Democrats and most Republicans voting against it. So that's the one on ousting Speaker Mike Johnson, trying to get rid of him, right? So foreign aid. This one I agree with her. She's been a vocal critic of sending aid to Ukraine. She does not want to send aid to Ukraine, breaking with the party's general support for the aid packages pushed by Speaker Mike Johnson. She also criticized Trump's decision to bomb Iranian nuclear facilities, so she was against that as well. The bunker busters. Middle East policy. She's described Israel's actions in the. Here we go. Here's Israel. Israel's actions in the war in Gaza as a genocide, a significant break from the Republicans' party longstanding support for Israel. We're getting into that Israel stuff, dude.
916.
Yep, I'm telling you. So she co-sponsored a discharge petition to release all files related to sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, a move that put her at odds with the party leadership and Trump, who reportedly opposed the database's release. But then I do think that later on they did come back and say, hey, we're going to release all the files, right? And so we're in the middle of that right now.
So, hold on a second. With those files, if Trump would have just come out, and this is my opinion, and I think it's a lot of other people's opinion too. If Trump would have just come out in the beginning and released all the Epstein stuff and brought it all out, again, we have a corrupt system in place. And what would have happened? It would have, and this goes from mainstream news all the way to, federal agencies.
Yeah.
That still has corruption in place. And if Trump would have come out right from the start when he got elected and released those Epstein files, what would have happened?
Oh, it would have been, it would have been just slapped and
you would have had another James Comey, Letitia James instance.
Yep.
Right.
So what did Trump do? He had a spat with Elon. Elon posted, like I said, on X, that Trump's in the Epstein files. And then all of a sudden you seen the Democrats start screaming, release the Epstein, because they had corrupt, they had already had corrupt documents put in place for this specific reason. Trump flushed them out. They started hollering for it. Trump made them demand it. So that way, when it comes out, all of it comes out. There's nothing they can say. Like he's totally trapped them in this.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's another one. This is one I absolutely do not agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene on. There's a lot that I agree with her on, but here's one I don't. The Affordable Care Act subsidies. She pushed for an extension of enhanced Affordable Care Act, the subsidies for Obamacare, citing the impact on her constituents, which went against the general Republican stance. The general Republican stance was, we are not going to pay for these subsidies of Obamacare, in which has just totally broke the American people who can't afford this bullshit Obamacare. And I'm kind of a fan for, some sort of new revised Medicaid that can come in for people. I'm not saying take it away. I'm saying there's a better way to do it. Obamacare has been a failing bullshit ever since it's been created. So she jumped ship and voted against the Republican Party to enhance and get those subsidies going. Another instance, let's see if we agree or disagree. Anti-Semitism Awareness Act. She was one of the few Republicans to vote against the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act, arguing it could potentially make parts of the Bible illegal. I'm going to go with her on that. I think that all of it should be read. I don't think any of it should be held back. Anybody who's ever watched our episodes in which we no longer play Anunnaki, there's a lot of different you may want to read into those too. Anyway, government shutdown blame. She publicly blamed Republican congressional leaders for failing to prevent the government shutdown, rather than the president or Democrats. So she blamed Republicans.
Yep. Well, rhinos.
I've got mixed results, me personally, about MTG. There's good and bad.
Well, again, this is same cues, different views. So
Absolutely, yeah. I think she lost her shit, to be honest.
I think it's optics. I think that this is all put together to draw something else out, that whatever the Trump administration is trying to draw out from the Democrats to expose, just like they done with the Epstein stuff. Like I said, Trump couldn't release the Epstein files because it wouldn't have went anywhere if he'd have done all of it. But since he got the Democrats to push for it, him and Elon had his spat, or had their spat, and
I agree with that.
Elon named Trump, said he was in the Epstein files. And by the way, I'm sure he is in the Epstein files because Trump was part of bringing down Epstein. He was part of the operation that brought Epstein down.
Yeah. And he was one of the few people that actually cooperated, according to some sources.
But maybe this ties into the Epstein files with the spat between them two. I don't know, but I just think it's optics. I think it's a show that we're watching between Trump and MGT. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion on it.
It's still persisting. I know she has resigned. She said, I've seen a couple of her videos where a lot of the things that she says, it sounds pretty genuine and it sounds pretty good. But you got, where President Trump stands with her, and you just got the he said, she said going on right now. I think more information, like you said, needs to come out on this matter.
Yep. It's just something we're going to have to see unfold and see what comes out. Yeah. Like Trump says, let's see what happens.
See what happens.
But before we completely close out, I've got this I just seen over here on X. It was posted November 26th. It's Marjorie Taylor Greene. We can give it a little play here. Let me rewind it back to the beginning. And let's go bam.
As a conservative and as a business owner in the construction
kind of see what she has to
industry,
say.
and as a realist, I can say we have to do something about labor, and that needs to be a smarter plan than just rounding up every single person and deporting them just like that.
Right.
So, and I'm going to get pushback on that, but I'm just telling reality from here on out.
Yeah.
And if anybody's mad at me for saying the truth, then I'm sorry.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, ladies and gentlemen, our next president. Sorry, JD Vance. Well, I mean, there's people are saying.
Nah.
I go to
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
not going to happen.
I heard you on
She's on the derailment, my friends. I'm sorry.
Business owner in the construction industry, and as a realist, I can say we have to do something about labor, and that needs to be a smarter plan than just rounding up every single person and deporting them just like that.
Absolutely.
So, and I'm going to get pushback on that, but it's.
I didn't mean to let that play twice. I got kind of caught up in the moment, but president, no. Didn't Trump not back her because she didn't have the base?
Yeah, she's losing votes in her district. Like, she's going to lose, dude. Trump does not make safe bets.
And I'm in no way saying like she's the greatest or like totally like phenomenal. I don't know. Maybe she is, but like I said, again, I think it's all optics, and she's playing a role in this and doing her part to maybe bring out the next phase of something being exposed, whether it be something more with the Epstein files or something else. But I think it's optics. That's my thoughts on it.
And she's done well. I agree with you on that, but
well, you got big country.
I think she's lost it.
That's me, man. I think it's going back to possibly another Trump Elon spat, just to draw somebody out of the shadows. I'm not sure who.
But then again, this may be legit. Maybe she is actually. I don't see it based off of what like you were talking, big country, about her supporting the MAGA movement, helping push the MAGA movement along. But maybe there is that possibility that what we're seeing is actually legit, and she's actually doing what she's doing.
It's maybe it could go either way. That's why we're waiting for the fallout to see what happens. But I know we talked a lot about immigration policy tonight, and there you are, right there in the video. She is not about it, ladies and gentlemen. What happened there, dude?
At this point, I don't really rule out a whole lot of anything. Like I try to keep an open mind.
Yeah.
But that's what this show is.
More to come.
This show is our views, our opinions. So, you guys take it, do your own research and take it however you want to take it and come to your own conclusions. But, these are our conclusions that we come to on this in our personal life. I do want to remind everybody that's watching the show, there's a thumbs up button down there. If you're watching on Rumble, there's live chat. If you want to jump in there and, give a feedback, an opinion. We're also live on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook and want to make a comment, feel free to go ahead and comment. I'm trying to keep an eye on those as the show is progressing. But I do want to, especially Rumble, I want to give a big shout out to all the people that's watching us on Rumble right now. That seems to be the best platform for this show. We get more views on Rumble than any other platform. If you're watching on YouTube, we're on there. Go down there and hit that thumbs up if you like the content. Or if you don't like the content, hit the thumbs down. I mean, we expect to get some negative feedback here and there. It's part of it. So, Parabellum, do you want to throw those QRs up there?
I got them.
Oh, you got them? Oh, okay. So, guys, if you screenshot right now and then go into your photos, and either one of those QR codes, like the red one, goes to our Facebook page. And if you hold down your finger on that QR code, it'll take you to our Facebook group page for Same Cues, Different Views. And if you hold down on the black and white one over on the opposite side of the screen there, and you hold it will take you to our X account, and you can follow us on X or Facebook. We try to keep our pages updated with the most recent news as we get time. It's hard when you're working a job and trying to do this too, but we try to keep it updated.
Yeah, holidays.
But we appreciate every one of you guys watching. Even though it's only a few, we're not really in this for the money, but it would be nice to get some kickback on what we spent. But we're not really in this for the money. We're just in this to try and put out our opinions and maybe help wake other people up and bring them into the movement, whether it be Q or whether it be conservative news or just, supporting Trump and opening people's eyes to the bullshit you've been fed for most of your life. So,
absolutely. You got something? Or?
Yep. Yeah, I was going to, let me see how many slides I've got until, okay. So we're not,
I've still got the Thanksgiving.
We're not that far away from Trump's auto pen segment. Actually, I've got one slide that I want to get into, or two slides I'm going to post, and then a little video clip. So, and then we'll jump into that. So let me remove, where's it at there? There we go. Remove. Okay. So, I posted this over on Facebook, a screenshot I took of General Flynn's post. I'm a big General Flynn fan. He's, the general of the digital soldiers, in my opinion, but and probably a lot of other people's opinion too. But General Flynn posted this, and it's an old video clip he had done a while back in a press interview that he was doing, but he had shared it again, and he said, "Get ready." And he posted this the 25th of this month. So I want to kind of play that clip real quick and let you guys see what Flynn's talking about in this. But before I do, I also want to say that I made a Facebook post about this. And to me, it's like General Flynn is telling, all the Anons and digital soldiers to get ready. Some shit's getting ready to happen. And that's what's going to lead us into what Parabellum has coming up here in a second. But let's take a look. Let me see. I got that right here. Let's take a look at that clip that General Flynn had posted.
Of digital soldiers. What we are now, what we call, I call them, because this was an insurgency, folks. This was run like an insurgency. This was irregular warfare at its finest in politics. And that story will continue to be told here. But we have what we call citizen journalists. Okay? Because the journalists that we have in our media did a disservice to themselves, actually more than they did to this country. They did a disservice to themselves because they displayed an arrogance that is unprecedented. And so the American people decided to take over the idea of information. They took over the idea of information, and they did it through social media.
You're muted.
Sorry about that. But yeah, digital soldiers, the mainstream media was putting out bullshit, and the average everyday person decided to start doing podcasts, shows, putting out truth, making posts. But that's what he's talking about. And he says, let me remove that real quick and bring that back up. And he says, get ready.
Goosebumps, people, goosebumps.
I had made the post on Facebook that Flynn is talking to the digital soldiers and he's telling them to get ready. And I was like, are we going to see some kind of big shit break here within the next few weeks before Christmas? And, you know, everybody get like a Christmas present. And I think we may have seen a little bit of that tonight. Parabellum was wanting to jump into this. So this is what I'm getting at. Cause like, I thought, okay, is this the start of like what Flynn was saying, get ready for? If you want to give that a read there.
Yeah, so this is a tweet that came from President Trump on his Truth Social. Any document signed by Sleepy Joe Biden with the auto pen, which was approximately 92% of them, is hereby terminated and of no further force or effect. The auto pen is not allowed to be used if approval is not specifically given by the President of the United States. The radical left lunatics circling Biden around the beautiful Resolute desk in the Oval Office took the presidency away from him. I'm hereby canceling all executive orders and anything else that was not directly signed.
Bam.
Because the people who operated the auto pen did so illegally. Joe Biden was not involved in the auto pen process, and if he says he was, he will be brought up on charges of perjury. Thank you for your attention in this matter.
I love to thank you for your attention to this matter.
Damn.
So all of Biden's EOs that was signed with auto pen, like, you know, 92% of the shit Biden signed with auto pen is
null
now
and void.
null void.
Yeah. The executive orders, I can tell you from my personal opinion. Okay, so just looking at the logical point of view, what I can tell you is the executive orders, he can absolutely do that flat out. It's done. The second he says it, all of those executive orders from Joe Biden, 92% of they're done, right? Mm-hmm. They're overrun. But as far as the pardons go, I think you will find yourself in litigation. You will find yourself in court, but don't get hysterical.
Don't get discouraged. Yeah, I know what you're getting at.
That's pretty good in court and with the Supreme Court. But I'm just keeping it real. According to his powers as president, I will have to agree that he can absolutely override any freaking executive order. But you're going to run into a problem with those pardons. Okay?
Well, yeah, there's a good possibility, but there's also the fact that, if it's treason against this country,
you got to prove that too, though.
I mean, like, okay, so Q says it must carry weight. It must be, pretty much proven beyond the shadow of a doubt when we do this. Right. So they're going to have solid proof when all this shit goes down.
Oh, I hope so.
And if it's treason, and they, regardless if these pardons go into court and have a big court battle over them and get thrown out or whatever, it's treason. Yeah. And if they've got proof, then they're going down no matter what. So nothing can stop what is coming.
But to me, this is the big one, man. Going after everybody. So to me, it's the big one. And if you look at all the other things, to me, it's just small potatoes in comparison. When you look at every other thing that has happened and a rogue judge showed up, right? Like what you guys talking about. A rogue judge showed up and then they figured out who that rogue judge was. And then that rogue judge was defeated in the Supreme Court, right? So I think that this is the really, really big one, the ultimate play, like what you were saying. And everything else, yeah, sure, it's great along the way, but it does set it up for it to be a success.
Yep.
When you do go after those pardons and all, the executive orders are done. But I really think it's going to be
like Flynn said in his post this earlier this week. He said, "Get ready," and then all of a sudden we see this. And I don't doubt one bit that eventually Flynn is going to come back into play within the Trump administration.
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know. Because I think we had talked about this too. One of the episodes we were talking about Flynn, and he had got a promotion. It looked like, because he was a 3-star general when Trump was in office, and all of a sudden Trump announced him as in a Truth Social post as a 4-star general.
Yeah.
But he was supposedly retired. How do you get a promotion from 3-star general to 4-star general while retired?
Wow.
But, you probably wouldn't find anything on Google about this if that's what you're looking for. But Trump did refer to him in a Truth Social post as his stars going, gaining the star as far as a general. Has he been undercover this whole time? Is he doing special secret ops? I don't know. I mean,
well, I got something for you. If
okay.
General Flynn, just give me a second, but I'm going to download this. I do want to stay on this General Flynn category. Have you guys seen, and I'm going to download this video. Actually, no, I don't need to download the video. I'm just going to share my screen and show it to you.
Okay.
Have you guys seen General Flynn coming up? And he is saying, hold on one second. He's saying replace Pam Bondi with Sidney Powell. Breaking. General Mike Flynn's urging President Trump to install Sidney Powell as Attorney General right away and replace Pam Bondi. So, here we go. Thoughts?
1 second here. Let me...
And it's straight from General Flynn. He also made a post about it on X as well.
That's what I was looking up. I wanted to pull that post. Go ahead and pull that post up if he is.
Let me see if I can find it. General Flynn.
I'm looking too.
Here we go. Boom.
Okay.
All right. I'm certain others will have their opinions, but mine is not an opinion. It's based on hard evidence. That real Donald Trump should hire Sidney Powell, as the Attorney General immediately. I'm sorry, AG, but this was completely avoidable.
When was this?
For Comey, don't think it's over, and you know it. You committed crimes against our country. This recently happened. This is all with the Letitia James and Comey indictments. They got, the rogue judge came in, and he basically said, they turned over the Letitia James and Comey indictments. So General Flynn came out, and he said, down with Pam Bondi. Put Sidney Powell in there. Thoughts? Oh shit!
Hold on a minute here. I'm actually scrolling through his page because I want to see the actual post. Yep, I see it. Okay. Sidney Powell okay. All right, so yeah, he actually did make that post. I did not know that. I missed that one, but
I dropped a bomb. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
bunker buster.
Who knows? But I support Flynn.
I do too. But here's the thing.
I'll have to dig more into that.
When I'm asking about thoughts, I'll give you my thoughts first. My thoughts is, me personally, I'm a Pam Bondi fan. I think she's transparent.
I like Pam Bondi too. Yeah.
She's tough and she's getting shit done. It may not happen on your timeline that you want it to happen, but that's okay.
Well,
but Trump, I like General Flynn's idea, and here's where I stand. Sidney Powell for assistant AG.
I mean, like she's got a lot of dirt too, or not dirt, but I mean, like she knows where a lot of bodies are buried too. I'm sure. Like she come out with the whole Anthony Weiner laptop stuff that she was talking about, and then like some of the other stuff. So
I've been pushing a comeback for Sidney Powell, and
I'd love to see Sidney Powell come back.
Started for me. So here's another thing I want to show you. I've been pushing for a comeback of Sidney Powell because
it ain't bad what he said.
She dropped a multitude of information during the elections 2016, 2020. And she was absolutely crucified for it. And then turned out, if you've seen and you've been following the show, Smartmatic and Dominion are now in fraud charges, and they're caught up in a case. And Sidney Powell has recently said, a comeback, because she called them out.
We had this, a show ago or 2 shows ago we were talking about?
3 shows ago we were talking about this. But here's why I say General Flynn, very smart man. I don't think you replace Pam Bondi. She's a go-getter, she's active, and she's a fighter. But when I say, would Sidney Powell take the assistant AG position next to Pam Bondi so they could work in tandem together?
Nice.
Bro.
That would be a dynamic duo. Right?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, let me explain to you. Who is the assistant to Pam Bondi right now? Let me share my screen. I'll show you. Look at the name. Harmeet Dillon.
Yep.
Is the assistant attorney general who works under Attorney General Pam Bondi, specifically leading the Civil Rights Division. Bondi swore in Dillon, Harmeet, in the position in April 2025. Right? So let's see here.
Give us some Harmeet Dillon.
Harmeet Dillon's cultural background is Punjabi Sikh, born in Chandigarh, India. So all I'm saying is I'm not trying to be, that a-hole. But, we got some shit going on. I think it's time to be that a-hole. If anything, General Flynn, I would push for Sidney Powell to be assistant AG and allow Pam Bondi.
I could totally see that. That would be like Big Country said, the dynamic duo right there.
Dude, that's where I'm standing with that one, big dog, because I would love to see Sidney Powell back in there, but she can't take the lead role because she got the lead role before and she fucked it up, right? But Pam Bondi's in the lead role, and she's handling that very strategically and good, not career suicide. I believe Sidney Powell did too much too fast, and that was the exact result of her demise. She released information when the administration wasn't empowered. She did it too fast. She had no patience. But if you've got Pam Bondi as a leader and Sidney Powell as a dog, I think you get some stuff done, man. Let's start a wave with this shit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that is definitely a good take there. I like that. Sidney Powell as assistant AG. Trump's been on fire on Truth Social.
Oh God, yes.
Trolling the left, getting them all riled up. He had posted this on Truth Social today, and Trump publicans, Trump 2028, Trump 2028. Yes, I thought that was hilarious when I seen that. But he's been doing a lot of stuff this week on Truth Social, or actually. Yeah, I think it's been this week, most of it. But he's been posting a lot of QAnon. There is no QAnon, but that's what people are calling it. So, but he's been posting a lot of Q related content on Truth Social here lately, especially this week, which he's done it, tons of times. That's, like artwork that people do, images that people do. So you can't tell me this guy has nothing to do with Q as much as he posts of it. And I'll get into a little bit of that here in a minute, but he had, this is one he had shared, obliterate the deep state. Well, if you look on the side of it there, it says NCSWIC. What does that stand for? Nothing can stop what is coming.
Yep.
That's straight out of Q. And I will give you a couple more here, but I'll make some drops of this too. One of the other things he had posted that I thought was great was this one. Let me remove that from stage, and there we go. This is Spiritual Street Fighter. She does like these beautiful Trump artworks, and she's like a Q account on Truth Social on X. She posts a lot of like artwork that's kind of key related content, but Trump has shared her, if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard somebody say the other day 45 times her content has been shared that's key related by President Trump, which, again, Trump Q plus tell me that Trump is not sharing this because he don't or is not part of Q movement.
Right.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, but it says, remember your oath. And I've got Q4956 pulled up there, and it says, are you ready to serve your country again? Remember your oath. Okay, so we had Trump in office in 2017 up to Biden, and then Trump's back again. Keyword again. Are you ready to serve your country again? Remember your oath. Kind of reminded me of that drop in Trump chair. I'm just going to kind of pop through these real quick. And, really about all that I put together. But Spiritual Street Fighter 17 had also posted this one, TikTok. And there's a couple drops that say TikTok in it, but I picked this one because we're going around some stuff with Adam Schiff right now. But it says blunt and direct time. Adam Schiff is a traitor to our country. Leaker, NatSec, evil, TikTok. Hope the 7.8 million was worth it. Enjoy the show. Q. And again, we are watching a show, in my opinion. Actually, I got 12 pulled up there twice. But anyway, let's go to, let me remove that and get rid of that from studio. And let me pull up next slide here. So let's take a real closer look at that post that Spiritual Street Fighter had done, the artwork that Trump had shared. And if you look on the collar, there's a Q plus on the collar.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a couple drops that were signed not by Q, but by Q plus. But this one I thought was really good because Q had posted, stay with me, deplorables. You'll love how this movie ends. And it's signed Q plus over on the right side of the screen. So I thought that was a really badass take, badass that Trump had shared that. Let me see. I think I've ran out of slides. I'm gonna have to upload a few more here real quick.
That's all right. While you do that, I do have a quick little 26-second video while you're uploading. And guess what? I found another clip of President Trump speaking recently, talking about none other than your favorite Tex, cutting taxes for all American people. 26 seconds. Check it out.
The next couple of years, I think we'll substantially be cutting, and maybe cutting out completely, but we'll be cutting income tax. Could be almost completely cutting it because the money we're taking in is going to be so large. And yet, other countries who have been ripping us off for many, many years, and many years they've just been ripping us to shreds.
So there's another one about talking about income taxes in the least.
Well, the whole thing with the tariffs, he was talking about doing away with the IRS and having the external revenue service.
Yep.
So
yeah, the internal revenue service.
The internal revenue service going to the external revenue service is what he was saying. So I could totally see that's what's happening. The Fed also is going to be, in my opinion, before it's over. Q says gold shall destroy the Fed, and I think that we're going to have gold back in the American dollar again before this is over, and that's going to bring the Fed to its knees, along with a few other things that's happening.
Yeah.
But that's more financial news. I don't want to get too much into that.
Me personally, I think it'll work as long as you have a Republican president. But the second you get a Democrat one, they're going to repeal it. It'll go back to the other bull crap. What do you think about that? You think that'll happen?
What is it? What'd you say? I'm sorry, I was going through slides here.
Talking about going through all this work and repealing the taxes and allowing tariff revenue. And Trump is one of the few that absolutely believes in that, as far as on Capitol Hill. I believe in it. I think tariff revenue is the way to go. I think getting rid of income tax and property taxes, all great things.
Yeah.
Florida got rid of that property tax for all their citizens. Great things, needs to happen. What happens when a Democrat president, say if one wins in 12, 16 years from now?
You go through all this shit again in reverse order.
That's right, dude. Right?
But, with that said, I think a lot of the stuff that Trump's trying to put into place is going to come into law that can't be changed, and it's going to help keep a lot of that corruption back out of, out of the federal government.
I hope so.
I think by the end of this, we will have a slimmer government. We will have the American dollar backed by gold. American people won't be as taxed as what we are.
Absolutely. I think it's crucial for the next 20 years to get as many Republican presidents as you can.
And the other thing too is
that's the new way of life, and they can see the positive consequences.
I'd said this at the top of the show there that, this is somewhere around the top of the show that this is America's second revolution. People are waking up. People are understanding what's going on. People are being exposed to the corruption. Mm-hmm. So once this goes down and it's all said and done and everything's back to the way it should be, and, we're back to the Constitution and people understand the Constitution, I think a lot more people, being exposed to this and seeing what happened and living through it are going to be more apt to really pay attention who they're voting for.
Absolutely.
Research into the candidate they're voting for, mm-hmm. whether that be local, state, or federal. People's going to start looking into these candidates they're voting for, because people don't want this shit to happen again. People don't want to be back in that same boat. Like me, my wife has asked me a few times, why do you do this? Why? Well, because I want a better future for my children, my grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and so on. That's why I'm like trying to take some part in this. I'm not a big part in this, and sometimes I get it wrong, but I do what I can do and try to put out what I can to wake people up, to make people understand that, just like the video we played, you're living in a system that's totally rigged, totally corrupt, and set against you. And people have forgotten that we have we have constitutional rights. It's like Second Amendment, perfect thing. The Second Amendment says the right to bear arms. And Brian, or Big Country, you've heard me, or you've heard Dave on X22 talk about this with the right to bear arms. That's what it says. It didn't say, and you've heard Dave on X22 say this, it didn't say to bear a musket. It said to bear arms, because they knew that weaponry would change over the years.
Absolutely.
But we have been so brainwashed and so fed bullshit and kept in the dark about shit and patted on the back like, oh, you're doing good. And if you speak out against it, you're labeled a conspiracy theorist, a crazy conspiracy theorist, or a weirdo. But that's what's happened with this country. Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to get back to, we're going to get back to the Constitution. People's going to start realizing what rights they actually have by the time this is over. The Great Awakening.
Absolutely, man. I think that's great. That's a valid point. What about you, Big Country? You got something, Big Dog?
Oh, no, I'm just looking at that Second Amendment that Hex was talking about there. It says a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state.
Absolutely.
Yep. Absolutely. 100%.
That's something we got during the American Revolution. It took that long to forget about it, I think, for a lot of people. So, I think chances are going to be good that once the awakening happens and that the American population, they start to see what it is that you've actually been missing. Because you can even look at it in the last 50s, 60s, 70s.
Again,
people were worried about politics. 90s, 2000,
One more.
They didn't give too much of shit.
One more time before we wrap this up, because I only got a couple more slides left, and I think we're going to get some badass clips that Parabellum has lined up for us.
Oh, yeah.
But if you want to throw those QRs back up there one more time, Parabellum, and everybody watching, there's a thumbs up down there. Give us a thumbs up. Show us a little support. We're doing the best we could do. We're streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on Rumble. And shout out to all the people that, like, we gained a few more people watching tonight on Rumble. Shout out to you guys. Hats off. Thank you guys for watching. We're also streaming on Twitch, and we were streaming on Instagram, but the Instagram stream ran out. And we're also streaming on Facebook Live on our Same Cues, Different Views page. And if you screenshot the screen right now, if you're on a mobile device, and then you go into your photos and hold down on either one of those codes, QR codes at the top, it'll take you to either our Facebook. The red is our Facebook. The white is our X account. And you can go give us a follow on Facebook or X. We try to keep it updated with the latest news as we, can get it, because, like, again, working a full-time job and then trying to do this too. And then, house maintenance. it's a lot to keep up with, but we try to put it out there as quickly as we can. Please give us a follow. There's chat. Say hi in chat if you're watching. Let us know you're watching, and maybe let us know where you're watching from. But we're going to jump into the rest of this here. Let me pop those QR codes back off of there. Where'd the other? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this was another Trump post he had made sharing a spiritual Street Fighter 17 meme that she had made, and it says nothing can stop what's coming. So I picked this drop just on the fly. Again, I put this show together in 30 minutes this evening, but I picked this drop on the fly because it kind of goes back to the one with we were getting at with Trump there. Are you ready to finish? I think, did we have that in there? Or wait, no, that's the wrong. No, that's the one. Okay. So anyway, Trump coming back his second term. We were getting at that a second ago, but Q9 or 4944 says, "Are you ready to finish what you started? Nothing can stop what is coming." Is not just a catchphrase, and it is not. I'm telling you, people, nothing can stop what's coming. We were talking about that a little bit ago too, and I think before this is over, we're going to see accountability once we get the system cleaned totally out. But there was one more he had posted that I wanted to slide into real quick here before we jump into any other news or badass clips. Oh, sorry, I had it up there. This one was really good that he had retruthed this over on Truth Social. And it says, time to obliterate the deep state. And it's right there on his collar with a rock on the right. So why did I think that was interesting? Well, let me give you a little background on that. So and actually, let me share my screen real quick, but where is it? That one, and share this tab. Okay, so I got this shared. I'll get ready to pull it up in just a second. But Q2098, and Anon had posted this image, and it's got, Trump and some of his staffers there, and they all got their thumbs up. If you make a circle around all those, let me make this big so you can see it a little better. But if you make a circle around all those thumbs and then lead one out to Trump's thumb, it makes a Q. So that's pretty interesting. But the Anon had said, I could do this every day. Go to this page, right click on the pic and save as. Check out the pic name. Do it Q. So let's do that real quick because I've got that pulled up. I made sure I had this on standby. I want to give you guys something really cool. I didn't know this until I'd watched one of my favorite shows that I watch a lot, and that's Absolute Storm. At the time I seen it, I think they were called Eye of the Storm. But let's see here. Let me remove and share my screen. But they had pointed this out on the show, and I didn't know it. This is when I was first learning about Q. But this is one of the things they had posted on their show. So this is the link that the Anon has in there. Congratulations to all the deplorables. We had that in that other Q drop a minute ago too. And the millions of people who give us massive 304-227 electoral college landslide victory. But this image, and if you click on this image, let's click on it. So we're going to click on this image. And now, again, when you upload an image to X or Facebook, it generates its own little set of numbers or whatever to name that image. Watch this. Is that popping up on your screen? Can you see my save as, my browser?
No, I can't see it.
No, I don't have it either.
Okay, well, let me do this. Let me do it this way so you guys can just go do it yourself. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it in the chat, and I want you guys out there to go to this post that Trump made on let me go over here, put it in that chat. Go to it, pop that image up, and then click Save As. Let me put it on our Facebook too, so people on Facebook can do that. Let's see, comment. Here we go. In the comments, paste. But go click at it and look at the file name when you click Save As. and see what that file name says. What does it start off with? I'm going to go ahead and screenshot it, and I'll just go ahead and let me make a real quick slide for anybody that can't do that at the moment. So let's see, paste and file. Let me save image. Export. Untitled. Okay, I'm going to upload this slide here real quick, and I'll show you what that actually says when you go to save the image. This is what really blew my mind. Upload image file, and bam, and I'm going to add this to stage. Oh, wait, wrong one. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. There's my save as. Look at that file name. Can you see it on the screen there where it says file name? Do it Q.
Do it Q. Oh, wow.
So again, when you go to upload an image on Facebook, X, whatever, Instagram, it automatically generates a random code. What's the odds that generated the random code of do it Q, and all them together, their thumbs, like I said, if you make a circle around their thumbs, it makes a Q going out to Trump being the tail of the Q.
Good stuff.
So kind of wanted to toss that out there. Trump was on fire with his Truth Social post this week, and that was one of my favorites that he had posted. But that's about all I've got. You got some badass clips, Parabellum?
Yeah, I'm trying to load them up right now.
Okay. We'll let me remove some stuff from stage here, so that way you have room. I've got the stage clogged up with slides. Bam, 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 and badass clips. Let's see. Image file. All right, we are going to get into some badass clips. And Parabellum usually picks out some really funny badass clips. He showed us one we thought about playing tonight. It was I don't know if we're going to play it or not. Depends on you guys. But it was Sydney Sweeney and Baskin Robbins. It may be a little too much.
I don't know. We'll see if we can play that or not. But it's Sydney Sweeney. Baskin Robbins lost their ever-loving mind over this. And
didn't Baskin Robbins come out and like in support of like all the other companies going left wing, and Baskin Robbins kind of went right wing? Is that what if I remember correctly? Seemed like they come out with a good right wing support. Or maybe it wasn't Baskin Robbins. Maybe it was some other company. I know, like that whole Sydney Sweeney thing, there was a lot of controversy, and a couple companies went, against it. And quite a few companies went, more toward the conservative side of things.
Right. Well, as far as Baskin Robbins goes, I think they donate to both sides. So, badass clips. Oh my gosh, dude. Where do I even begin, dude?
Just pick them and let's roll with them.
Let's just start. We'll just start with the basics. I didn't get to play it earlier in the show. I'll just start off. This is not AI. This is President Donald Trump. And Thanksgiving just happened for everybody. Maybe you've seen the video. But this is President Trump talking about pardoning the turkeys.
The turkeys being pardoned today go by the names of Gobble and Waddle. When I first saw their pictures, I thought we should send them, I shouldn't say this. I was going to call them Chuck and Nancy. But then I realized I wouldn't be pardoning them. I would never pardon them. I wouldn't pardon them. I wouldn't care what Melania told me. Darling, I think it was...
Chuck and Nancy. I heard the Democrats tried to overturn the turkey pardon.
They absolutely, they tried to overturn it. President Trump told them that all pardons were invalid. That was another video that came out. They said, I'm just going to let you know, the last administration, they pardoned turkeys. I've determined that those are all invalid. What a badass moment for President Trump. But this one is not funny, but I don't know if you guys have seen this, and I wanted to share it with you. It's definitely something that I'm actually thinking about buying. Maybe would be a great Christmas present for a conservative man. Maybe y'all have seen it, maybe you haven't, but check this out. Here's a bottle of bourbon from Kevin Sorbos and Rob Schneider, and it's called Tears of the Left Bourbon. Merry Christmas.
I like
it. Letting the most sensitive members of society being the ones deciding what everybody else gets to listen to and watch.
Yeah.
But luckily, we have something for that.
Oh.
Tears of the Left Bourbon.
Wow.
He saw a spot for a plug and he was like, I'm taking it.
Amazing.
It has a nice aroma of January 6th. And you can,
I'm gonna need to top, you need to top me off.
The second glass of it, though, actually, you can actually smell Hillary Clinton's concession speech.
I love Rob Schneider. He's coming out strong on this shit. But here's the funny thing about this. I thought this was a joke, so I went in and I done a little bit of research.
So you can actually buy this?
Me as a man, yes, you can actually buy this, dude. And this is something that me personally, Christmas present, I want it. Yes, it's not cheap. It's $89.99. Let's remove badass clips from the stage real quick. I don't know where that's at.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I get it. I got you.
I'm going to add the stage. I'm going to show you guys the website. Here we go. Rob Schneider, Kevin Sorbos, Tears of the Left Bourbon. Check it out, guys. It is bourbon made in Kentucky.
Goes down smooth.
Give us a link to that in the chat there.
I will. It's tearsofTheLeft.com. You know, there you go. TearsofTheLeft.com. You want to pop that in there? So I'm going to go through. I'm going to show you guys real quick. It's very simple. TearsofTheLeft.com.
Yep.
That's it. Check it out. What's cool about this, man, what really got me going is they have multiple different sets, okay? Here's one of their sets for $89.99. You can buy one. They've got 5 all together. The Commie Tearstone Edition. What's cool about this, dude, is it comes with a bottle of bourbon. Okay, let me go down here and see if I can find it. 1 bottle of Tears of the Left, a book of tears. This is funny, dude. The book of tears that comes with this is cocktail recipes, and every one of them are GOP related. Funny recipes like Dr. Ouchie. It's a drink.
Dr. Ouchie.
Dr. Ouchie was great. The whoopee cushion from The View. You know what I mean? It looks super cool. They've got the Commie Tear Stone. They have the Snowflake Tear Stone Edition. They also, let's go down here. It is a little expensive, $90, but here's the full deal set. Here's all the ones you can choose from. You got Snowflake, Commie, Globalist, the DEI Tearstone Edition, and the Feminist Edition. If it, you know, in feminist.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome. But if you look, these tear stones right here that I'm pointing out, one of the cool things that comes with every single one of those gift sets, dude, and we're not getting paid for promotion or anything. I just think this is some badass shit because I love bourbon, especially from Kentucky. But these tear stones, these are chill stones. So you put them in the freezer.
Oh, that's cool. They're shaped like tears.
Right? Ain't that badass? What do you guys think about that shit, man?
That's cool, yeah.
I love it. So, you know, anybody looking out for me out there, you know, I'm looking for some tears.
They need to have a tequila, Tears of the Left tequila.
Oh, absolutely. It's only going to grow.
You can drink it with salt and lime.
Hey, it's only going to grow. This is totally new. Rob Schneider and Kevin Soros are the only legends that have been produced on or have been shown. But there's going to be more celebrities that are added on, and this is all GOP favorite people that we've seen in you know, media here recently. I don't know who it's going to be, but they're going to be revealing them like drops, you know. So check it out, man. It's 90 proof bourbon. So get ready. It's good. I can't wait to try it. Oh my God. But anyway, on to some funny clips. Let's see here. It's always good to start off with another good badass Big Mike video.
Okay.
Right? Big Mike. Here we go.
I'm not here to tell you to buy male jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans you can hide your dangling dong in.
This is Big Mike Sidney Sweeney.
Look at these jeans. You can't even see my dangling dong. Anyway, if you need to hide your dangling dong, just buy male jeans, man. Big Mike has male jeans.
Damn, dude. guys there? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's Big Mike selling male jeans. We all know what that connection is.
Yes.
I found that.
Yes,
I thought
Mike.
it was great, man. So another one of the big things that happened over the weekend was that Mom Donnie visit with President Trump, right?
Yep.
So Mom Donnie comes in, and he's done a lot of things, and he was being an absolute asshole about President Trump. He's a total fascist. He's a piece of shit. We all seen the clip where, President Trump said, hey, just tell him I'm a fascist. It's okay, right? Like, that's easier than actually trying to explain yourself, because they're not going to believe you anyways. But here's a badass clip with Mom Donnie. President Trump talking about him, AI generated. He might be a little bitch.
Okay, so you get to the White House, you see President Trump, you have a meeting with him, and all of a sudden you turn into a quiet little bitch. Whatever happened to all that shit you were talking before, Mr. Mayor?
Well, it all started when he shook my hand. I was not expecting him to pull so hard, to be honest. And he's a big man, Kristen, and he looks handsome and strong, and he smells nice. Honestly, it was a little bit overwhelming for me. He just manhandled me in front of everyone for a couple of hours, and I just...
I just wanted to go home.
Oh, man. So there you go. There's one from Mom Donnie. Here's another one I got from Mom Donnie, and I found it over the weekend. It's talking about, Mom Donnie, apparently AI, he came in to the Oval Office. He was talking about Trump's big balls. I don't know if you guys see this. Apparently he's got big balls. Check it out from Mom Donnie.
I was talking mad shit about the president before I came here, but as soon as I met him, I saw his big balls and how handsome he is in person, and so tall and tanned, just perfect. I just froze. He's definitely the alpha male, the greatest president of all time. I hope he runs again in 2028. He'll definitely win. I'm just lucky I get to be in the presence of such greatness. Best day ever. And Mr. President, congrats on those big, beautiful balls of yours.
Thank you very much. Any questions, please?
Oh, my God.
Thank you for your attention to that matter.
Thank you for your attention. This big ball matters. So there was some other stuff that went down, man. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Senator Mark Kelly. So so Mark Kelly's been in the news here lately. They've got an AI-generated video for badass clips about Mark Kelly. Yet again, we're back to ball sacks. But for anybody that doesn't know, Mark Kelly was one of the senators, I believe, from Arizona that came out and
We'll bring him up and court-martial him, ain't they?
Yeah, they are, man. So they told the National Guard to defy the orders of President Trump, basically, or ICE or whatever it was. Defy the orders.
The ad that was put out, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're all under fire. I think there's 6 or 7 of them. There's some serious shit going on with that. But yeah, in all good and fun, here's Senator Mark Kelly from Arizona.
All right.
The president has to realize his words have consequences. Just this week, everyone on the Hill started calling me Zach. Morning, Zach. Hey, Zach. How are you, Zach? I thought maybe they were confusing me with somebody else, but it turns out President Trump said I look like a shaved ball sack the week before. So everyone's calling me Zach and smiling, so I'm smiling back and waving and shit. And they all think I look like a shaved ball sack. This shit has to stop, Margaret.
Okay. Just for the record, Senator, you do kind of look like a shaved ball sack. But anyway, let's move on.
Face the nation.
You gotta be kidding me. I see this stuff. Half of it I pick out drunk, half of it I pick out sober. It's up to you guys to figure out which ones I chose. Here's one that I picked out drunk. Here's Zelensky asking for money. Check it out.
Hey guys, Zelensky here. I just want to ask President Trump to send a little bit of more money because Hunter got here and he sniffed all the cocaine. And now we don't have cocaine no more. We need a little bit of money, just a little bit, so we can get a little bit of cocaine and keep the party going. Okay? Please, just a little bit. Thank you.
Please, just a little bit.
Oh, my God.
Please, sir. May I have some more?
Far with that one.
Just a little bit of cocaine.
You a little guy.
Please,
oh,
sir.
my God, dude. That is funny. So we've been talking a little bit about MTG. Again, last week there was a lot of retard videos that came out about MTG. I know we all have our own opinions in that personal matter, but here is another video of MTG trying to call the Republican Party after her resignation. Check it out.
Welcome to the White House. If you're a panican, please wait on the line. Thank you.
If you're a panicking.
It's Trump's song.
We're experiencing a long line of panicans trying to get on the line. Please continue to hold. I'm sorry. No one seems to want to talk to panicans anymore. If you'd like to leave a message, no one cares. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Oh, dude, it's getting nasty out there, bro. Yeah. It's getting nasty. So let's see here. I've got, I think, one more. And this is actually Mitch McConnell, President Trump.
Turtle.
Yep. Absolute turtle, dude. He looks like that guy off Hannibal Lecter, you know, the one that gets pushed out into the wild boars. I swear.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever his name is, you know, cut his face off.
Cordell.
Yeah. Cordell. I swear to God, that's him, dude. But here we go. Here is Trump pardoning turkeys, but in this AI generated video, he was talking about Mitch McConnell.
Should we pardon Mitch McConnell? Are you ready? Mitch, you're a piece of shit rhino. You suck at your job, and you can't even form a sentence anymore. Mitch, you're fired. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, man, I had another one.
I love the Trump little bob he does.
I do too. I was trying to pull up. I thought I had another video, but it was of Mitch McConnell. Maybe I didn't download it, but let's see here. Let's see if I can find it. And no, apparently I didn't get it, but it was a really good one, dude. It was actually very mean. Oh, it was so mean. So maybe that's why I didn't decide to download it. You know, when Mitch McConnell, he went off in space and he was just looking out, you know. It was a reporter that asked him a question about why he's so fucking retarded. I mean, a rhino. And he just, it's really bad. But the only other thing I got is that Sydney Sweeney, guys. And, you know, Christmas can come early. I think it'd be great to maybe play a little bit of this song because it does get political, although I will tell you it's a little bit provocative. But if you're the average conservative GOP male, may drive an 18-wheeler, or maybe you're a DoorDasher, or maybe you're a graphics designer, you might just like this video.
I feel like I was kind of singled out there. I think.
Oh no! Oh no, my friend.
No, I think Big Country was singled out there, and I think you singled yourself out there too.
Oh, I got you too, bro.
I'm all right with it.
I got you too, bro. Here we go. We'll check it out. At any point, if you feel it's too much, click the video on the right hand and turn it off. But here we go. This is the Baskin Robbins video of Sydney Sweeney.
I've not seen this, so let's
go.
Oh
my God. It gets cooled up. Bill Clinton, everybody's in there. Check it out. Uh-oh.
Wanna taste rebellion? Baby, grab a spoon. I'm the flavor they warned you'd come too soon. No cause, no claws, just thighs and cream. I'm the cherry pop star of your dairy dream. Enjoy my ice cream, sweet and obscene, dripping in denim, dipped in whipped cream. Baskin Robbins, I own the scene. Sweet on Sydney, summer's queen. No filters here, no virtue fake. Just a cone full of sex and a sugar quake. bite. I'm everything wrong that feels so right. Enjoy my ice cream, break from the script, spoon-fed sin with a raspberry twist. No think pieces, just kiss the screen. I'm the Sydney scoop, uncensored, unseen. Don't call it brave, don't call it woke. Call it a mouthful and try not to choke. I'm not your symbol, I'm your snack. Lick once and baby, you're never going back. They said tone it down, I said double dip. Now I'm dripping all over your microchip. Summer's looking sweet, and I'm the proof. This cone's too cold for your moral roof. Enjoy my ice cream, soft but bold. Serving it hot, breaking every mold. Baskin Robbins, taste the extreme. Sweet on Sydney, now live the dream. Enjoy my ice cream, yeah. Lick that glaze, melting your rules in 31 ways. No permission, no in between. Just Sydney Sweeney, your Dairy Queen.
Yeah, I don't think any of us could.
I wasn't ready for that.
Welcome to the show.
Wow.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Good
I
stuff.
thought that I would try to cross lines and boundaries tonight.
Who done that video?
I have no idea, but you can look it up on YouTube and you just look for the Sydney Sweeney ice cream song that pops up. Maybe find the author. Damn, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that.
It blew up in steam in about August. Okay, so a few months ago, this blew up, and I'm just now finding it. So I want to put it out there to the world, especially with the Sydney Sweeney's cheating drama.
All right, we ready to close this thing out for the night?
Mm-hmm.
Okie doke. Closing words.
Oh Lord. Oh, let's see.
Arabella?
So I know that the Thanksgiving season's over. We're all stressed, and we're moving into the Christmas season. We definitely probably have politics on our mind. We want accountability. We want all those things to happen as soon as possible. But, you know, it's great to be concerned and worry about certain things. But my advice would be never forget about your family. Never forget about those personal moments and those moments you get to spend that you may not be able to spend with them again, and put that as your top priority. Although we do a show here, I think that would be a great hand of advice for all of us to put family first and do what it is that men do, go out there and protect, provide, and make sure Christmas is something that is amazing. And I know you guys already have, and I know a lot of the viewers are probably thinking the same thing. Let's go with that. Remember your family, and it's a very big season that's coming up. Little kids, the world is so big to them, and let's keep that Santa dream alive and move on.
Absolutely. Big country. Yours is usually pretty short, sweet, and simple and to the point, but whatever you got.
Won't be no exception tonight. Just kind of adding to what Parabellum said there. Keeping family in mind, remember the Sarah Beckstrom family, because I'm sure around this holiday season, this has been a real gut punch.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, just keep those guys in your prayers, and God bless, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Absolutely. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we're with you. We're dads. We know. Rock and roll. It's time to go.
Both these guys took the words right out of my mouth. Everything I was going to say. Yeah, keep that family in your prayers. I do want to say, I say this every show. If you want accountability, it's going to take time. We got to drain the system. Christmas is coming up. General Flynn made the post. Get ready. I think we're going to see something big come up here pretty soon. Which hell, the whole thing with Trump shooting down all of Biden's auto pen EOs and pardons, that was huge. But again, guys, the system has to be cleaned out. We can't get accountability until the system's cleaned out, and it's going to take time. I know people out there screaming, hollering, I want to see arrest, I want to see perp walks. Well, you know what's going to happen if you will. Just give it time. We can't do it right now. It's I think around midterm. As far as Christmas coming up, guys, spend it with your family. Spend a lot of time with your family, but especially Christmas, get together with your family. Give thanks to God for everything that you have. I want to tell everybody that's watching this show, God bless you, and God bless every patriot out there who are fighting and putting out good news, good posts and stuff like that. I follow a lot of this stuff. And I get a lot of my content for this show from stuff I follow from a lot of you guys out there that I follow. I may not always get it right. I may always mess it up sometimes, but I do the best I can do. But God bless, guys. And we will see you next Friday night at 8:00 p.m. And if you guys want to tune in Sunday nights, we have a gaming episode that we do every Sunday. And right now we're playing if you're a Warcraft player, which I've been a Warcraft player for a long time, but I've recently got back into it. There you go, Parabellum. We're playing Turtle WoW. You can go to Turtle WoW, download it. It's free to play. They've added a lot in the game. It's really cool. Love it. We are on, what's the server we're on? There's only 3 servers. It started with an M. Nordinar. We're on Nordinar server, and we stream every Sunday at around 6 o'clock. So that'll also be on my personal channel on Rumble.
Right now, we're a low-leveling guild. If you want to jump in on a stream and maybe jump in on the dungeon raid, we are looking between 13 to 18. That's where we're at right now. Maybe you get to go on a live stream on StreamYard. Check it out.
So join us on Sunday and watch Hex 7 live stream gaming. But anyway, peace out. God bless. And where we go one, we go all. We will see you next Friday night at 8 o'clock.
Same cues. Different cues. Different cues. Cue drops and logical news. It's okay to have a different view. This is the place for questions and truth. You're gonna love our conservative views. Same cues, different views. Hex 7, he likes to follow Q. The latest drops he'll provide to you. 17, Parabellum, he likes to watch conservative news. Newsmax, he'll break down the facts and bring them straight to you.